Hello and welcome to Turning You On to Preservation. I'm your host, Krista Marie, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today and that you took the time to check out my vlog. So let's go ahead and get started in our roll through my favorite preservation related articles that I found across the web. So it's like finding the fabled city of Atlantis, but even better because it actually exists. Even though this ancient underwater city was discovered back in 2001, it is over 1,300 years old and it was buried for over 50 years in a man-made lake. So it's not a new article, but it's really cool pictures that they've posted recently, and the fact that they're going to be hosting underwater tours in their future is probably why it's in the news. So this is really great. Check out these cool pictures. So in Long Beach, California, you may not know, but the Big Donut restaurant, it's actually been seen in many movies, was actually being threatened for demolition. LA Conservancy and the organizations and businesses and stuff in that area banded together to not let this happen. The building was built in the 1950s during the domination of the automobile, so it's a great representation of roadside architecture. So it's awesome that the campaign actually worked to save the giant donut and in the same aspects preserve a piece of Long Beach that makes it special and unique. So, nothing quite deserves the mention and the attention of our unrecognized, underappreciated public spaces. So here are some examples of some awesome and crazy creative ideas to remake these vacant lots that consume and obviously you can find anywhere in our cities and our communities across the country. So the best example that I really found was in Montreal, where there's this swing set, and depending on the varying motions of the swing, you'll get different musical notes. I don't know about you, but I can definitely sit there all day, and I'm not that creative, but I could try to come up with a song, and it would be fun to sit there and swing. It reminds me of my childhood. So, in the end, empty places like these hold opportunities for community building and overall improving the look and feel of your city, which is, I think, a really great thing. So not new to the headlines is Libya's problems they've been having with their historic buildings. They are in serious need of some TLC. And without this love and care, these buildings will not live to see another day. So heritage professionals have come together, they've created a seminar to, think of ways in order to preserve and protect these historic buildings. One idea, which would be a really good place to start, is creating a digital archive of urban and rural architecture of the 20th century in Libya and drawing up a list of buildings to be put under protection. So that is a first start. So other topics that were addressed in addition to creating that digital archive is helping architects have the skills in order to redesign buildings to make historic properties, and also giving the skills to technicians in order to conserve those properties. Last but not least is the seminar discussed is ways to increase awareness and also educate the public about their national heritage. And this is really, really important when it comes to any historic preservation plan. You have to have the community support, and you have to have them they really have to be on your team, because by helping them to learn and appreciate those buildings, you're going to have active stewards who are going to come together and ensure that these historic pieces that represent their culture heritage are preserved for their future generations. So this past December, the British Library released over 1 million images onto the Flickr Commons. So they're for fair use now. You can mix them and reuse them and do whatever you want. That was awesome. And that news was definitely music to the ears of historians everywhere, and even those who are in history enthusiasts. You will definitely appreciate that. But this gold mine of historical content just got even richer. So as they've created a freely accessible online gallery of over 30,000 items. So this vast digital collection has everything from Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks to Mozart's diary. Wow, it's definitely worth checking out, and I'm sure you will definitely be thirsty for more after you do. So now it's time for I Bet You Didn't Know. I bet you didn't know that Hoover Dam is 726 feet tall and 660 feet thick at its base. So what this means in Hoperson tight is enough rock was excavated in its construction to build, you ready for it? Hold on. The Great Wall of China. Wow, that is a lot of freaking rock. Well, that has been all for turning you on to preservation. My name is Chris Marie. Don't forget to like this video, like my Facebook page, and check me out at turningyouontopreservation.com, where I'll have a link to all the articles I talked about today and so much more. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at turningyouontoprez, 2 as in the number, turningyouontoprez. And that'll be all, you guys, and you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.